My beloved brothers and sisters, when we speak about love, especially between parents and a spouse, we must begin by understanding what true love actually is. Love is not just an emotion that comes and goes with time. In Islam, it's an act of worship. It's a connection of hearts rooted in sincerity, respect, and obedience to Allah. Every form of love finds its balance when it begins and ends with Him. Parents and spouses are both gifts from Allah, but their places in our hearts are not the same. They are unique, yet equally valuable. The love we owe our parents is born long before we even understand what love means. It's a love of gratitude, of sacrifice of honor. They raised us, prayed for us, lost sleep for us. Allah Himself commands in the Quran, be kind to your parents, reminding us that their love is sacred. But then comes another type of love, the love for a spouse. It's not one of dependence, but of companionship, mercy, and emotional connection. Allah describes marriage as a bond filled with sakina, peace, love, and mercy, something that nurtures the soul in a different way. And that is where true peace and love begins, with Allah. The love of parents is unlike any other form of love we experience in this world. It begins before we even open our eyes. They sacrifice their comfort, their time, and often their dreams just so we can live ours. A mother's love is wrapped in sleepless nights, silent tears, and endless prayers whispered when no one is watching. A father's love often hides behind silence, behind the burden he carries quietly. But every step he takes is for his children. This love is not loud, it's steady, patient, and full of mercy. In Islam, Allah places parents in a position of immense honor. Right after commanding us to worship Him alone, He says, be kind to your parents. That shows the weight of their status. Their love is not conditional. It's pure and selfless. Even when we fall, they forgive. Even when we forget, they still care. That's why when we speak harshly to them or take their presence for granted, we hurt not only them, we displease the one who blessed us with them. And when that love is honored, life finds blessings in places we never expected. The love of parents is the first mirror that reflects Allah's mercy upon us. And losing that love, or neglecting it, means losing one of the most beautiful shades of Allah's grace in this world. When Allah blesses a person with a spouse, it is not just the beginning of a relationship, it is the start of a sacred journey. A husband and wife are meant to be each other's comfort, protection, and peace. The Quran describes this bond beautifully. And among His signs is that He created for you spouses that you may find tranquility in them, and He placed between you affection and mercy. This love is not only about emotion, it's about companionship and responsibility. It's about standing together through ease and hardship, holding on when the world turns away, and building a home that remembers Allah. The love between spouses is not meant to compete with the love of parents. It is different, not greater, not lesser, just different in nature. Where a parent's love nurtures you, a spouse's love completes you. One shapes your beginning, the other shares your journey. And when both are loved for the sake of Allah, they don't clash, they strengthen one another. True marital love is not found in words alone, but in patience, in understanding, and in silent sacrifices that no one else sees. Because when love is built for the sake of Allah, it doesn't fade with time. It becomes timeless. Balancing love between parents and a spouse is one of the most delicate tests of maturity and wisdom in a believer's life. Many hearts struggle in silence when they feel pulled between two sides, the ones who raised them and the one they chose to share life with. But Islam beautifully teaches that love is not meant to be divided. It is meant to be balanced. Each relationship has its own sacred place and its own rights that must be fulfilled with care and justice. Parents deserve our respect, gentleness, and gratitude for all that they have done. Their sacrifices cannot be repaid, and their prayers are treasures that protect us in ways we cannot see. Yet a spouse too has been given divine importance. Marriage is a covenant in the sight of Allah, a promise of loyalty, kindness, and emotional support. It is not fair to love one at the cost of hurting the other, because both are blessings that Allah entrusted us with. When love is guided by taqwa, by the awareness of Allah, it becomes pure and balanced. The one who seeks to please Allah first will never be unfair to their parents or their spouse. Because when love flows through faith, it finds its balance naturally, and every relationship becomes a reflection of Allah's mercy. In many families, the most painful moments arise not because love is missing, but because it is misunderstood. Conflicts between parents and a spouse often come from expectations, pride, or a lack of communication. Parents may feel they are losing their child's attention after marriage, while the spouse may feel unseen or unvalued in the presence of strong parental influence. Both sides love deeply, yet both can unintentionally hurt each other when love turns into competition instead of compassion. Islam teaches that peace in relationships begins with understanding and fairness. Parents must remember that their child has entered a new chapter of responsibility, and the spouse must remember that honoring parents is not optional. It's an act of faith. The heart is wide enough to hold both, but the tongue and attitude must be gentle enough to keep harmony alive. When love is tested between two sides, it is not a sign of failure, but a chance to rise with patience and maturity. Each conflict is an opportunity to show whether we love for ourselves or for Allah. And when we learn to resolve conflicts with humility, forgiveness, and faith, hearts that were once divided begin to heal. Because love that seeks Allah's approval can never be destroyed. In the end, the goal of every relationship, whether with our parents or our spouse, is to earn the pleasure of Allah. Every act of love, patience, forgiveness, or sacrifice holds no meaning if it does not draw us closer to Him. When we begin to love through the lens of faith, we understand that true love isn't about possession or control. It's about purpose. The purpose of love is to help one another walk towards Jannah, to create peace in our homes, and to reflect the mercy of Allah in how we treat each other. A believer's heart learns that pleasing Allah sometimes means letting go of ego, apologizing first, and showing kindness even when it feels undeserved. When parents are pleased, Allah opens doors of blessings. When a spouse is treated with care and respect, Allah fills the home with tranquility. Both forms of love are paths to His mercy, and both require patience, sincerity, and balance. The truth is, love guided by faith never loses. Whether it is love for parents who gave us life or love for a spouse who walks with us through it, both are opportunities to earn Allah's favor. And the one who seeks His pleasure above all will find that every relationship becomes a means to paradise, because love, when lived for Allah, never ends.